Frank Oz directs Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy in a movie about movies. Here's BOWFINGER. So the movie deals with Steve Martin, whose name in the movie is Bobby BOWFINGER, lives in LA and has his own production company, and he makes pretty bad films. Well, low-budget bad films. He always tries to make empty promises. He always lies to people in order to at least try to get the movie some success. But not everything will go to plan, because that's just the kind of guy that Bobby BOWFINGER is. So he gets the idea for one of his things to get Hollywood's biggest star. And that big star is Kit, who's played by Eddie Murphy. Now, Kit is, he's a very dumb guy, terrible to work with, very rude. Yeah, how can Bobby actually get this terrible man who's like the biggest star to be in his movie? Well, Bobby ends up getting this plan to film him in secret, get his cast and crew to go over to Kit. You know, you use the correct lens and positioning to make it look like it was actually staged that way. And eventually, he'll be able to work a pretty decent story and everyone's characters around Kit's reactions. How is he going to get a stand-in, or at least a Kit double for certain shots, so that there's a good variety and that the movie is more presentable? Well, one guy that he auditions, his name is Jiff, is Kit's doppelgänger. Jiff is a very geeky, very timid, very nice man, and Eddie Murphy's whole duality in this film of playing two different guys, he succeeds brilliantly. So when the movie came out and Eddie Murphy's performance was very, very acclaimed, there were some people even saying that, he should get like Golden Globe and maybe even an Oscar nomination, like those memos to the Academy. Like 1999, he wasn't going to get in, but it would have been a good memo for him to at least have been in consideration. I get where those people are coming from. How often do comedic actors get a chance to really show lots of versatility, especially the ones that are typecast for specific things? Eddie Murphy gets a chance to be funny, but be funny in a movie with some substance and style and brains, and more to him than just a screamy Mimi. So personally for me, aside from the fact that Eddie Murphy is really good in this and Steve Martin is also good, to me this is just one of those films where the storyline alone, the very concept of a movie about movies that's actually done well, that's a pretty big reason, I'll admit, why I fell for this movie as hard as I did. The movie may not reach the heights as something like Ed Wood from 1994, because both films are about hack directors that are trying to get big name stars to do their movies. Yeah, BOWFINGER might not be at that caliber. So the way that it stands right now, I do think that BOWFINGER is a very funny movie, very smart about the world of films, and very well acted. I want to give BOWFINGER from 1999 3 stars out of 4.